The Israeli government and Hamas are the same side of a coin, right?
Maybe there's some differences, yes, but
okay. Yeah. Well, the differences are pretty big. So let me just go through the last 2 weeks, and I want you to just at least acknowledge it or not acknowledge it. Hamas gave no warning before they slaughtered 1,300 women and children. Israel did multiple days of warnings and dropping leaflets before they dropped any bombs on civilian corridors. Is that moral equivalency?
Well, I think, of course, I think Hamas is much worse.
Okay, good. So they're not the same coin.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So if you are new here, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So today I'm reacting to Charlie Kirk students who say Hamas and Israel are the same. Guys, are they the same? So stay tuned and let's enjoy this wonderful video with me.
To preface, I'm a progressive and I would like to have some discourse with you over the Israel-Palestine conflict. I'm just gonna say I fully condemn Hamas, and my current position is that there should be a one-state solution where it's anti-apartheid. However, there should be the international community with the United Nations should be responsible for leading the peace process. And personally, I think the Hamas and the Israeli government are essentially two sides of the same coin.
You were doing so well.
Sorry.
No, it's okay.
I'm not good with public speaking.
No. I just mean the points. The speaking is fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I think with the recent conflict, of course, what Hamas did was terrible. However, I think it's very important to understand the context of why they did it. So they're very radical, and that radicalization has essentially formed from the Israeli government bullying the Gaza Strip for the past 50 years and obstructing their freedoms.
Okay. Let me just ask, so thank you for condemning the attacks. I wish we had every member of Congress that could do that. However, let's just make sure we have our stuff clear. You say the Israeli government and Hamas are the same side of a coin, right?
Maybe there's some differences, yes, but
okay. Yeah. Well, the differences are pretty big. So let me just go through the last 2 weeks, and I want you to just at least acknowledge it or not acknowledge it. Hamas gave no warning before they slaughtered 1,300 women and children. Israel did multiple days of warnings and dropping leaflets before they dropped any bombs on civilian corridors. Is that moral equivalency?
Well, I think, of course, I think Hamas is much worse.
Okay, good. So they're not the same coin. Got it. So, because you said
maybe
they're
similar coins, maybe the penny and the nickel.
Oh, okay. All right. Let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next kind of.
Well, okay.
Element.
So, I think that. So, as I said earlier, I think the international community should get more involved. A while ago, I read the book "Palestinian Peace, Not Apartheid" by President Jimmy Carter, and the book essentially boils down to three things. The Israel country and its borders should be respected. I agree. Palestinians and Jews should coexist peacefully, and they shouldn't be killed, which is the third thing.
Right.
I think.
So, okay, I got to interrupt.
Okay. Sorry.
No,
I'm so sorry.
All right, no, it's okay. So let me just add, I want to try to get this along to some sort of clarity, if not agreement. Who's a bigger impediment to peace, Israel or Hamas?
I think the biggest impediment is the reactionary politics and reactions between the two groups. Hamas had been radicalized by the Jews, or rather the Israel government, which had been radicalized by the history of Arabs killing Jews.
I got to cut you off, man. Wait, what? Like you said, Hamas is radicalized by the Israeli government.
Well,
they're radicalized by Islam, not by the Israeli government. Islam is what radicalized Hamas. Not everything goes back to the Jews, man, right? Like,
Well, no. I'm sorry. So I think so. The conflict essentially boils down to its history.
Wow, this is good. This is really educated. So when Charlie was saying that Israel will give warning, like 3 to 4 days before dropping a bomb, but Hamas, nothing. They'll just go bomb, poof, without even giving any warning, like killing people, killing innocent. Gosh, like if I think about that war that happened, I feel bad because watching the videos, watching how what happened to the people, the children, is really really bad. Like I felt bad. Innocent life were lost. Innocent people, children that don't know anything were killed. Gosh, I felt so bad. So guys, please let's continue.
The Arabs killed a bunch of Jews in its history. The Jews killed a bunch of, or through the Zionist movement, through colonialism, and like during. Okay,
all
so
right. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I just want to ask one final question: is if Hamas would lay down all of before this massacre, okay, would have laid down all of their weapons, what do you think would have happened? And if Israel laid down all of their weapons, what do you think would happen?
So I'll address the second part. If Israel lays down all its weapons, I think terrorist groups such as Hamas and the Palestinian Authority would use this opportunity to kill a bunch of Israelis.
I agree. So we have clarity on that. So great. Before the massacre, because heightened tensions, if Hamas would have laid down their weapons and Gaza would have laid down their weapons, what do you think would have happened?
I think the Israel government would try to essentially do something similar, where they would try to push out all of the Palestinians. As
we would have
I do
peace,
not think they
is what
have
we would
freedom
have.
of movement.
So we're not going to agree on this. Let me just make a couple
Okay.
points. Israel, time and time again, has sat down for peace. Abraham Accords, Oslo Accords, Camp David Accords, which was facilitated. At every corner, Israel has given up land, Sinai Peninsula, parts of the West Bank, parts of Judea and Samaria, in the pursuit of peace. And I just encourage you, and you've been intellectually honest, but I want you to think about this, and anyone who might agree with you, that these are not morally equivalent. You have one side that has a democratically elected government that allows pluralism in the Knesset, Arab, Judaism. In Gaza, they are one size fits all. Hamas took over power, was voted into power, and the stated doctrine of Hamas is no morally different than Nazism. It's not an exaggeration. It's not about land. It's not about winning hearts or souls. It's about killing Jews. And the issue is this, well, more than the issue, is that Hamas now invited this conflict, okay? And this is where my sympathy kind of wanes down to little next to nothing, is that there was at least some form of an equilibrium. They were in Gaza, Israel is in Israel, and on a holy day in the 50-year anniversary of the Yom Kippur War, they decided to go into kibbutzes, which I know that you denounce. But at that point, they're going to F around and find out, and Hamas should be obliterated for that action. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Wow, this topic is interesting and also emotional. Like I'm just feeling so bad because watching the video about the killings and things, like I feel so bad and sad because I remember when Jews were going for talk show, like trying to, so that they could talk about the issue, so that they could settle, so that they can, but Hamas was just no, war. You could see they killed a lot of people. And also when Hamas came to bomb the is it the anniversary or when they are celebrating something, came to kill people, like that is so bad. That is very, very painful. A lot of soul were lost. I don't like war. I don't like war. I don't also like slavery. I don't like those things. Like, it's very, very painful because you seeing your loved one die without, you can't help them. You just cannot help. Like, it's not good. That is the reason why I'm saying that I don't, what the Hamas did was bad, but I just want to say this: everybody have to come together and make peace. No matter your country, no matter where you are coming from, war is not the right or good thing to do. Is not. We just have to come together and make peace, love one another. Fighting won't change anything. It's just only uh, um we are going to lose a lot of people, a lot of our loved ones. So it won't change anything. Because right now, the war they are fighting, who win? We have to preach love always. We have to preach love. We have to be obedient. We have to share love to one another, and don't think of doing your neighbor bad, because anything you do, it will come back to you. Karma is real. So guys, please comment below on any video you want us to react to. Comment below, like this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, Engel Fashion Store. Fashion makes sense.